Okay, good morning, grade 5 students. So today we will discuss email and word processing software. So let's start. So first one is email. So when we say email, ito ay tinatawag nating electronic mail. So instead of writing physical mail na yung mga pinapadala pa natin, now we can do email or sinusulat electronic mail that we are creating using our cell phones, laptops, and other devices na pwede nating gamitin. So email, it is short for electronic mail. It's a method of sending and receiving messages over the internet. It is similar to a traditional letter but is delivered electronically, making communication faster and more convenient. So as time goes by, there are changes. Meron na tayong internet, meron na tayong mga electronics. So also, communication becomes more convenient and faster. So, with the help of email. So, email, ganun pa rin naman siya sa dati na nakasulat kung anong kailangan nating sabihin, but now, mas mabilis na. Kasi kung dati, if you try to send mail, especially nasa ibang bansa o nasa ibang lugar, aabutin ng months bago makuha. Then now, you just have to type it, and after you create your email, uh, isisend mo na agad sa gusto mo and instantly, nandun na agad siya. So, we have the different parts of mail. So, meron tayong 9. So, let's discuss it briefly. So, meron tayong subject lines. The subject line sets expectation for the recipient. It should be precise and relevant. So, sabi ko last time, the subject lines, ito yung pinakamahalaga because it gives the expectation or alam na agad ng mga makaka-receive kung saan ba tungkol yun. So, it could be question regarding for exam format, thank you for the interview, explanation for status inquiry, or meeting request for biology group project. Next. So we have the sender. So the sender is the people who sends the person who sends the email. So the sender is the person who sent the email. Their name and email address appear in this section. Most email services display the sender's name before the email address to make it easier to identify them. When you click reply, your response is sent only to the sender. So the sender is the people who created and sent the mail. For example, ako nagsulat ako ng email, ipapadala ko siya kay Divine. So ako yung sender. Then sino naman si Divine? Very good siya naman yung number 3, the recipient or the receiver. So the person who receives the email. So kung sino yung tumanggap, siya yung tinatawag nating recipient. Next, salutation. So what is salutation? So when we say salutation, it is a part of the email wherein the greeting sets the tone for your email. Your relationship with the recipient will determine the formality of the greeting. When possible, address the recipient by name. Here are examples. Dear Professor Wilson, hello Olivia, and hi Liv. So, nakadepende yan sa formality. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, kapag magsusulat kayo sa teacher nyo, dapat i-address nyo siya ng politely. Dapat kompleto. Like, Dear Professor Wilson. Pero if si Kalen magsusulat siya for Jed, then pwede niyang sabihin na lang na hi Jed or what's up Jed, mga ganon. So that's if hindi naman formal, hindi naman kailangan na kompletohin pa like Dear Professor Wilson, ganon. Kasi nga po, magkakilala lamang po kayo. Next, we have the email body or the body of the email. So it contains the main content of the email. Effective emails are clear, concise, and well organized. For formal emails, such as messages to teachers or employers, avoid using slang or informal language. So, in email body or body of the email, dito nakasulat kung ano yung gusto nating sabihin. Kung kanina, kung saan tungkol sa subject line, ito naman kung ano naman yung gusto mong sabihin. So, you have to be clear, dapat wala kang paligoy-ligoy, dapat concise, dapat maayos ang pagkakasulat mo kung direct to the point, then well-organized. So, of course, if you want to write an email, especially if you want to send it to your teacher, to naghahanap ka ng trabaho, dapat well-organized siya. Wala siyang grammatical error, wala siyang mali sa spacing, dapat maayos yung format and then maayos din dapat yung font na ginamit mo, hindi malalaki at hindi rin naman sobrang liliit. Next, closing. So closing, it include or conclude your email on a positive note and choose an appropriate closing. There are example of appropriate closing: respectfully, kind regards, sincerely, all the best. Include a signature line under your closing that makes searching easy. So itong part na to, it is yung respectfully, ganun, nasa bandang baba na yun ng message mo, yun na yung tinatawag nating closing. And sa baba naman ng closing, right below the closing, yung tinatawag nating signature. So yung signature, name natin, for example, respectfully, Erwin, or respectfully, Marco. Ano pa ba? Pwede mong ilagay din yung position and contact information mo. So, yun po yung signature. So, yung closing, yun yung sincerely, tapos yung signature naman yung pangalan. For example, sincerely Jed, sincerely Marco, sincerely Jose, yung mga ganun po. So, yun po ang signature. And next one is the attachment. So, sorry, 9 lang pala, naulit lang siya. Hindi ko siya nabago. So, yung attachment naman po, yan naman po yung tinatawag natin na files added to an email. So, example, documents, pictures, videos, presentations, and even spreadsheets. So, if you want to add like your resume, document, pictures, videos para ma-highlight talaga at makita talaga nila, then you can add it. At ang tawag natin doon ay attachment. So, we also have to log in to your Gmail account kapag gusto mong mag-send on how to send email. So, click compose. So, gusto mong mag-write, type the recipient email and address in the to field, add CC or BCC recipient if needed. So, ano nga ulit pinagkaiba ng dalawa? Okay, very good. Kapag CC, yun po ay carbon copy. Makikita yan ng lahat. Kapag BCC, yan naman po ay blind carbon copy. So, if you are kasama ka sa blind carbon copy, hindi nila makikita na isa ka pala sa siyasendan ng email. Then, type the subject and format your text if necessary. Then, okay, tips in writing an email. So, last time, pinakita ko na sa inyo to on how to create an email. So, using my own Google account. So, write a clear subject line, be polite and respectful. Dapat magalang tayo. We use correct grammar and spelling. Of course, dapat hindi mali ang mga grammars natin. And as well as the spelling. Keep your message short and clear. Of course, hindi rin maganda na mahaba kasi gusto natin hindi masyadong mahabang oras ang gugugulin ng mga magbabasa. Kundi parang nakita pa lang nila, alam na nila kung saan tungkol yung sinusulat mo. Because especially in business world or in work, not everyone has the luxury of time to read a long text. So, mas maganda na, mas maikli na lang siya. Check your message before sending, of course, para makita mo nga kung may mali or tama. Then, attach the correct file. So, if you have to add pictures, videos, spreadsheets, documents, then it's much better. Okay. So now, let's discuss the word processing software. This is already discussed as well. And Na-gets na rin natin. So, okay, let's start. Word processing software. So, when we say word processing software, it is a software, it is an application that we use in creating documents. File, kapag gumawa si teacher ng attendance sheets, ng reviewer, ng pointers, ng exam, gumagamit po kami ng word processing software. And what kind or specific word processing software ang ginamit natin? Very good. It is a Microsoft Word. So, yun yung ginamit natin nung gumawa kayo ng activity. Okay, so a word processor is a device or software program that can create, save, edit, and print text documents. So, yun nga sinabi ko, if you want to edit, file, document, text lang, so you can use the word processor. Then, it allows user to write and modify document using different formatting features that help organize text and make it more informative through including bullets, numbering, illustration like shapes, pictures, and smart arts, and lastly, tables. So, interestingly, hindi na lamang siya text, because we can use bullets, numbering, and as well as different types of illustration. Okay, so bullets and numbering. So, discuss lang natin para mabilis tayo. So, kapag sinabi natin bullets, they are used to organize information. But how these two are different? So, sinabi ko last time that when bullet is used, the items are not hindi siya importante na naka-specific order. So if you just want to list, for example, your favorite subject, so hindi naman mahalaga. But if you want to, if you also want to write or list your favorite, your destinations, your future destinations na gusto mong puntahan, then you can use bullets. But kapag sinabi naman natin na, okay, sorry. So we have to click the bullets button, type the first item and list, then press enter. Then kung gusto natin na mag-next, enter ulit, and that's it. So on the other hand, kapag sinabi naman nating numbering, it is when we want to list something, but order is important or the sequence is important, like step-by-step instruction. Kung si teacher gusto niyang magpagawa sa inyo ng, for example, kay Ma'am K, gumawa kayo ng bottle alkansya. So, pwede kang gumamit ng step-by-step to show that ito ang dapat mauna, yun dapat ang susunod. So, that's it. So just have to click the numbering button on the home tab, type the first item in your list, then press enter, then type the next item and press enter. And kung gusto mo nang ma-stop, double click the enter. Okay, very good. Next, inserting and formatting illustration. So we have shapes, pictures, and smart art, and as well as table. So inserting shapes, Microsoft Word allows you to add shapes such as rectangles, circles, arrows, and other objects to your documents. So last time, di ba, gumawa tayo ng robots, gumawa tayo ng iba't ibang work ninyo using shapes. So you just have to click the insert tab, select the shape button, choose a shape from the gallery, click the drag on the document to draw the shape and resize or change the color of the shape as desired. So, iba-ibang kulay. If you want to make the shape bigger, pwede din. If you want to make it smaller, pwede kang maglagay ng outline and change the color of it. Next, pictures. So, you can also add pictures, like kung gusto mong mag-add ng picture mo, pwede po yun. So, it helps to make your document more attractive kasi may nakikitang pictures. Then, so alam na natin din to, click the insert tab, select the picture button, click this device to browse pictures, save on your computer, locate the picture you want to insert, then resize the picture if needed. So next one, search smart art. So smart art helps present information visually using diagrams. So when we say smart arts, yun yung parang diagrams, flowcharts, Venn diagram, bubble diagram, mga ganun po, spider web, so yun po. So tulad ng nasa baba ng blackboard ni Ma'am K, that is an example of smart art. Okay, so steps in inserting smart art. So place the insertion point where you want to smart art graphic to appear. Click the insert tab, then select smart art. In dialog box, choose a category. On the left, select the smart art graphic you want and click OK. Then the smart art graphic will appear in your document. Then click inside the shape to add your text. So alam na natin to, naturo ko na last time to. So just familiarize with our step. Then, inserting and formatting tables. So when you say table, it is the grid made up of rows and columns. So ano nga ulit kapag columns? Ano ulit kapag rows? Okay, kapag column yung pababa or pataas, yung vertical ba o yung horizontal? Very good. Kapag columns, yun yung pababa. Kapag rows naman, yun naman yung pahiga or the horizontal. So you can use the table. So example nito yung at class schedule. So yun po ay table. So pwede rin tayong gumamit ng table in invitation cards, step on how to cook Ilocos empanada as well, cellphone brands, class officers, poster, greetings, announcements, parts of the house, classroom rules, and Netflix movies. So steps on how to insert tables. So place the insertion point where you want to add the table to appear. Click the insert tab, then select table. Move your mouse over the grid to choose the number of your rows and columns. Click the insert to the tab into your document. Click inside any cell to enter text. You can also change the table style, shading, borders, and other formatting options using the table design tab. Okay, so that's it for today. So I hope that this discussion helps us to freshen up our ideas on our past lessons. So I hope na nakatulong itong video na to and stay safe sa lahat po. So good morning again. Thank you.